Hello, so welcome back. So today we're going to do a short gentle flow. So find yourself in towards a cross-legged seated position to begin with. If, like me, you have a brick by your side, utilize it. So it's great to use our bricks. We can use it perhaps as like an extension of the arms, or in this case, we're going to use it to elevate our hips. So if you do have a brick, maybe you can just stack a couple of books or roll up your blanket just to elevate our hips here. We just do this to help us sit up nice and tall. So we're just going to reduce that sensation of compressing it in towards the small of the back and kind of sinking in towards our lower belly. So just let the palms of the hands just rest softly on top of the thighs. We're just going to begin with our eyes now closed. So just take a few moments here. We're just simply going to observe our space. Just begin to observe how the body's feeling. And we're going to begin to feel as if we're sitting up nice and tall. So already with the use, perhaps if you are using a brick or an aid underneath our sit bones to help us sit up a little bit taller. We're going to begin by feeling the sensations of the front of the shins begin to fall softly down in towards the floor below. And where your sit bones are, begin to feel them press in towards your brick. And then from the base of the spine upwards, you're going to feel this very gentle kind of almost like an energetic lift begin to pull you all the way up. So let's switch on through our bandhas, so through our locks. So Mula Bandha, the pelvic floor, gently draws itself softly up. The Uddiyana Bandha, just behind where our belly button is, feel as if you're drawing gently in and softly upwards. So that energetic pull begins to travel all the way up through the spine, as if you're being slowly pulled up from the crown of the head all the way up. So just notice how you're feeling through the face. Maybe you're frowning for no particular reason, or you've got this tension through the jawline. You're just going to find some soft bits of movement. And then take your very first deep inhale through the nose. So big breath in here. Exhale as we sigh it out from the mouth. Take a second deep inhale through the nose. Exhale as we sigh it out from the mouth. Taking one last deep inhale through the nose, your biggest breath yet. Exhale from the mouth. And with that last out breath, just begin to steady out through the breath. So a nice strong inhale, nice strong exhale. So maybe you're used to playing around with that Ujjayi breath. And if you're not, you're just simply finding a very steady inhale to a very steady exhale. So there's no right or wrong of how long you take with the breath. But if you want a rough guide, it's roughly an inhale for 4 and exhale out for 4. So we just begin to slow down through the body. Now as we just begin to connect the palms together, heart center, just begin to feel the thumbs rest itself against the sternum, so just that center part of the breastbone. So as we blink open the eyes, take the hands all the way up, soft gaze follows. On the exhale, let's cactus the arms and gaze back in front. So as we take an inhale, we're going to open slowly through the front of the chest. Feel this soft resistance against the palms of your hands as you open gently up, soft, gentle arch. Now with the exhale, let's push the palms away, lengthen through the arms, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale as we lift up and lengthen. Take the arms all the way high. On the exhale, we're going to twist towards our right side. As we twist towards the right, either using our left hand to the outside of the right thigh. If that feels a little bit too much, just simply place it to the inside of the legs. Take another inhale as you sit up and lengthen. Exhale for yourself, twist a little bit further over that right shoulder. Inhale back towards the middle, reach the arms all the way high. And then exhale, twisting towards the left. Take 2 breaths here. One more deep inhale. Last soft exhale. Inhale back towards the middle, reach the arms all the way high. Exhale, press the palms together, heart center. Inhale as we lift the arms all the way high. Exhale, lifting up to cactus the arms. Inhale as we open fully through the front of the chest, soft arch. Exhale, press the palms away, lengthen through the arms, round the chin in towards the chest. Now slowly release the hands just down in front of you. We're going to lift ourselves up from the bricks, come onto all fours, so a tabletop position. So use the whole length of your mat from here. let's just set it up. So set the foundation, maybe just find a little soft sway side to side, just extend out through the fingertips, maybe just simply rocking forwards and back. And then we're just going to pause and go into hold. Perfect. Finding some soft circular motions through the body from here. So as we shift the weight over towards the left hip, left wrist, right hip, and all over again. Now you can choose. You can take your circles quite soft. Maybe they're quite exaggerated. Maybe you're going to begin to drop the head, push back towards the heels, soft bend with the elbows. And just begin to allow the movement to match with the breath. And let's just switch the circles. Move them the other way. So we simply just begin to move through any kind of tight, tender spots within the body. And then slowly come in towards an extended child's pose. So for an extended child's pose, our knees will come as wide as the mat. The toes will connect, and we're going to lengthen the arms all the way out in front of us. Now let the forehead drop down towards the floor. Now do not worry, you don't have to actually sit on towards the heels. The sit bones might be a bit higher, you might be a little bit further forward. You might find that it feels more comfortable to add in the bricks so your forehead can rest down on top. So we're still holding here. And now feel that connection of the forehead against the mat beneath you. So a lot of stress, a lot of tension tends to build up here. So enjoy that pressure of pushing against the floor. Help it just to alleviate any kind of tight sensations. And you're really going to take a deeper, more fuller breath here. So now with the forehead again down towards the floor, you're going to breathe deeply in towards the back body. So feeling as if you're finding as much expansion as you can for the sides of the ribcage, the back of the body. Take one more breath. Deep breath out. Then begin to lift yourself up to find your first downward facing dog. So keep the hands and the feet exactly where they are. Lift the forehead up from the mat. So this is going to be the perfect alignment for your body shape. So hands stay where they are, feet stay where they are, but just let the toes curl under. Bring the knees to point inwards. Knees are lifted up, push the hips all the way high, downward facing dog. So with this first one, find some movement. So maybe just start by pedaling out. So you might just alternate between one knee bending, one leg lengthening. You might even add a soft little twist here at the hips. Again, you're just finding that movement through the body, just like we did through our tabletop position when we were kind of circling around. And maybe just add a little bit of a rock forwards and back. And then maybe you just begin to sway the body kind of softly side to side. Perfect. Now let's hold it here for 5 deep breaths, but let's make it comfortable. So looking first just towards the hands. Just check that the fingertips are spreading out wide and that middle finger's pointing out in front. Just look after the wrist. If like me, a little bit hypermobile, we're going to take care of our elbows, so our shoulders. We're not going to just sink in towards the ligaments. So let the elbows bend softly out towards the sides. Now you're going to feel like you're trying to externally rotate the tops of the arms away. So they're going to bring the elbows inwards. And we're going to push down, and we can use the upper back muscles a little bit more. Keep the head nice and heavy. Belly lock still switching on. Our tailbone is high. And now you're gazing between space, either in between the legs or right up towards the navel. Now if it feels quite tight around the backs of the hamstrings or the small of the back, just begin to bend your knees and lift the heels up instead so you can take it softly. So notice we still got that lengthening sensation for the sides of the body. Now take a bigger bend through the knees. Look towards the hands, and we're going to tiptoe the feet all the way towards the top of the mat. Right foot behind the right hand, left foot behind the left hand. Keep a soft bend through the knees, drop the head, grab hold of alternate elbows. Just sway the body softly side to side. So you're just enjoying the sensation of the blood flow just draining itself down towards the head. Now as we stop the swaying, just shake the head now. Nod it out, yes. Now release the arms, so the tops of the hands are going to touch the floor. We're going to sink a little bit deeper through the hips and bend the knees a bit further. So it's almost like the belly is trying to follow itself down towards the tops of the quads, tops of the thighs. Perfect. Now as we tuck the chin in towards the chest, begin to feel yourself roll all the way up to standing. Keep that soft bend through the knees. Gradually lifting ourselves all the way high. Take it nice and slow, no rush. And we'll just find ourselves standing at the top of the mat. So bring the feet a little bit closer. Have the arms just by the sides, palms face down in front. We're going to find ourselves in towards Tadasana. So as I just gaze towards you, you can either have the feet a bit separated, so you kind of got a little bit more sense of balance. When you get a little bit more comfortable with it, big toes are going to begin to connect, a bit of space in between the heels. Now looking at the toes, you're going to fan the toes out nice and wide and then bring them gradually back down. So we're trying to activate each individual muscle. So we talk about locks within the body. We kind of talked about the belly locks, the Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, but we've got locks within the hands and in the feet as well. So the Pada Bandha is the foot locks. So looking down just behind the big toes, pinky toes, and 2 points within the heels. Feel them really root down in towards the floor. Feel that soft, gentle lift for the inner arches of the feet. Gently pulling you all the way up for the pelvic floor, just behind the belly. Lifting you all the way high, soft pull from the crown of the head. Perfect. Now press the palms together, heart center. Inhale, so you take a soft lift with the arms. You can take them all the way high or just a soft, small lift like me. Exhale as we forward fold, hinge from the hips, come all the way down. Now bend your knees as much as you need to here. Take an inhale as you look up and lengthen. Straight back, straight legs. If your fingertips don't graze the mat, just bring them towards the shins. Exhale again, forward fold. Inhale, rolling all the way back up to standing. Take the arms all the way softly up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hips all the way back down. Inhale as we look up. On the exhale, step the right foot back, high into the ball of foot like you're taking a runner's lunge. Lower the right knee down, relax the top of the foot. Now bring the hands on top of your left thigh. Now just gently just push down away and lift up and lengthen. So as we hold it here, you're not just going to sink in towards your hips. You're going to feel your left hip draw back, your right hip bring it forwards. So you're keeping your hips nice and square. And we've got our belly lock switching on. We're still kind of feeling as if we're sitting up nice and tall. Maybe include the arms now, taking inhale, reach the arms all the way high. Perfect. So we're lifting and lengthening. And our focal point, so our drishti as we call it within yoga, is just softly out in front. Take one more breath. Deep breath out. Now as we rest that left shin, the left forearm towards our left eye, we're going to take a soft bend over towards our left side. So reach your high with the right arm. Exhale, take a soft bend over towards the left. Now hold it here. Keep your balance, so keeping the belly lock switching on. Take one more breath here. Deep breath out. Inhale, come back towards the center. Take the left arm all the way up. Soft twist towards our left side. So as we release the arms towards the left, just let both the arms drop. So softening through the shoulders. The inhale, we're going to lift and lengthen through the spine. Feel ourselves grow. Exhale, soft twist over that left shoulder. One more breath here. Deep breath out. Inhale, back towards the middle. Reach the arms all the way high. Exhale, release the hands all the way down. So through a tabletop position, we're going to kick that left leg slowly back. So as we gently just begin to kick the left leg backwards. Perfect. Take a soft bend through the left knee. And then always feel like you're kicking your head just gently up towards the ceiling. Take one more breath. Deep breath out. Now bring the knee in towards the nose and just round it up through the upper back. Tucking the chin in towards the chest. And then slowly as we extend the left leg all the way back, keep the leg now straight. Taking your left leg all the way towards the right side. As far as you can go, keep the toes curled under, so you're onto the ball of the foot, right to underneath the big toes. And we're going to take a soft bend through the elbows and gaze over your right shoulder from here. So as you look over towards your right shoulder, you're gazing towards your left heel. Take 2 more breaths. Taking one more inhale. Exhale out. Bring the knee in towards the nose. Perfect. Now this time we're just going to circle out through the hip. So soft circular momentum through the hip just to ease it back out. And then we'll release that left shin down, soft sway through the hips. And we'll meet back in towards our extended child's toes, back to Balasana. Knees out wide, toes connecting, forehead, allow it to just drop down softly towards the mat. Now we're going to take a soft stretch for the right side, then the left side. So begin to walk the hands over towards the left. So it might even pass by the edge of your left side of your mat. Bring the right palm on top of the left palm, and then lower the forehead down again. So you might feel a little bit intense, so if you need a brick here, you can rest it underneath the forehead. Now you're simply just going to breathe in towards the right side of your body. Feel that soft, soothing stretch. Taking 2 more breaths in. 1 more inhale. Exhale out. Come back towards the center. As we reach back towards the middle, take a nice long stretch. Now walking the hands over towards the right side. So as you shift it over towards the right side, left arm on top of the right hand, lowering our forehead back down towards the mat. So now as we increase the stretch for the left side of the body, imagine you're trying to oxygenate each intercostal muscle. So those muscles in between the ribs. 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, bring the hands back towards the middle. Let's find our downward facing dog, so Adho Mukha. So as we let the toes calendar, lift the hips all the way high. Perfect. So maybe find again just a little bit of movement. Maybe you choose really ground down through the heels, or if it's a bit tight around the backs of the hamstrings or the small of the back, just keep the knees bent, soft, and still kind of pushing down and away. Take an inhale, bend the knees even more, look towards the hands. Stepping the left foot behind the left hand, right foot behind the right hand. You can choose here, you don't have to take 2 big steps, you can still tiptoe like we did at the beginning. Take a soft bend through the knees. Now bring the right hand towards the center or on top of your brick or a book, you choose. Lift and length with the left arm all the way high. So a soft twist. Release the left hand all the way down. Switch it over, let the right arm lift all the way high. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, release the right hand all the way down. Just heel toe your feet to touch. Look up and lengthen, straight back, straight legs. Exhale as we forward fold. Inhale as we gently roll all the way up, press the palms together. You can either really lift and lengthen the arms or just a soft, gentle lift. Exhale as we forward fold, hinge from the hips all the way back down. Inhale as we look up. So left side now, step the left foot all the way back. Lower down towards the left knee. Relax the top of the left foot. Now as we gradually begin to bring the hands now towards the right thigh. So we push down and away. Soften through the shoulders, right hip back, left hip in front, belly looks, they're still switching on, they're still present. So just maintaining, keeping the knee, don't let it kind of overshoot from the ankle. And then slowly perhaps lift the arms all the way high. So lifting and lifting. Now imagine someone's kind of giving you a soft squeeze against the sides of the body. You want to help to lift you up all the way nice and high. Now let's lower the right forearm towards the right thigh. Take an inhale, lift the left with that top left arm, soft bend over towards our right. Continue to breathe. 1 more inhale. Inhale back towards the middle. Take the right arm all the way high. We're going to twist towards the right side. So now kind of going against them, away from you, but same like we did with the left. We're simply just going to lower both arms towards the right for a soft, gentle twist. So with the inhales, imagine you're trying to find as much length through the spine as much as you can, and with your exhales you twist a little bit further over the right shoulder. Take 1 more breath. Deep breath out. Inhale back towards the middle, reach the arms all the way high. On the exhale, let's release the hands all the way down. Through a tabletop position, let's kick our right leg all the way softly back. And then we'll take a soft bend through that right knee and feel as if we're kicking the heel up towards the ceiling. Now bring the knee in towards the nose and round it up. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. Inhale, sweep that right leg all the way back. Through a tabletop, keep that right leg long. Now take the right leg all the way towards the left side. So now as it travels towards the left, toes again curling under. Soft bend through the elbows as we gaze over the left shoulder and looking towards our right heel. Take 2 more breaths in. 1 more inhale. Exhale out. Inhale as you bring the knee all the way in. So as you bring your knee in towards the nose, we're going to just circle it all the way out. So just find a soft, circular momentum with the hip, just to ease it back out. And then let's release that right shin back down, soft sway for the hips. And then back in towards your Balasana, so your child's pose. Knees are wide, toes connect, take the arms all the way out in front again, forehead dropping towards the floor. But this time we're going to press the palms together and create a prayer position. So as we lift the forearms up from the mat, bend at the elbows, the prayer hands will connect, and the prayer hands are going to point up towards the ceiling, so contents point directly upwards. Now perhaps begin to walk the elbows a little bit further out in front, so we're just intensifying through the stretch from here. Take 2 more deep breaths. 1 more inhale. And then exhale, release the arms all the way back down. Perfect. As we lift ourselves back up through all fours, that tabletop position, we're going to slowly begin to lift ourselves all the way up. And we're going to cross one ankle on top of the other so we can just push back towards the hips. Amazing. So I'll just gaze back in front of you just so you can see. So we're coming back down towards the sit bones. We're just going to take the knees out wide, feet to connect. So we're in Supta Baddha Konasana. So you're still looking towards the front of your mat. So the knees will be out wide. You can either bring the heels a little bit closer in or maybe a little bit further away. Perfect. So take a deep breath here. We're going to lift up and lengthen through the spine. On the exhale, you're going to take a deep forward fold, but keep the back straight for the first one. So we're generally just going to open up through the feet, pull the feet in towards you, and just keep a nice long spine. It's not going to go down too low. Take 1 more breath here. Deep breath out. Now take an inhale, lift it all the way high. And then with your next exhale, you're just going to round it out. So create this nice soft arch through the upper back. So just heavy through the head. Dropping chin towards the chest. It's almost as if your nose wants to travel down towards the feet. Just simply breathing with it here. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more inhale. Exhale out. Inhale as we lift up and rise. Perfect. Use the hands, encourage the knees to come in. Now as we let the feet come down towards the floor, reach the arms all the way out in front. Tuck the chin in towards the chest. We're going to begin to roll all the way down on towards the mat. So as you just begin to lower down, bring the feet just gently in. So perfect. Just lying here on our mat. Now bring the feet as wide as the mat itself. Just let the knees fall in towards one another. So just taking a weight, make it comfortable. So as the wrists begin to lift just gently high, they just come in line with the shoulders from here and just simply let your knees fall over towards the left side. So without actually really moving where the feet are, so it's like the inside of the right foot turns itself in and the outside of the left foot rests itself down towards the side of the floor. Now maybe begin to bring that right knee a little bit higher up to meet the left knee. Maybe edge both the knees a little bit higher up in towards a soft twist. And as we come back towards the center, bring both the feet back flat on towards the mat. Let the knees just fall in towards one another again. And then we'll turn the knees to point over towards the right side, so coming towards the outside edge of the right foot, inside arch of your left foot. And then just slowly begin to feel that left knee travel up to meet the right knee. And then travel both the knees up a little bit higher up from there. So just observing what one side feels like compared to the other. And then we'll come back towards the center. Now draw the knees in towards the chest. Perfect. Just give yourself a big squeeze. Keep the right hand on top of the right knee, left hand on top of the left knee. We're going to circle up through the hips. So just simply take the knees out wide, bring them in. Out wide, bring them in. And then switch the direction of circles the other way. And finally just hug the knees in towards the chest. Let the legs and the arms lengthen up towards the ceiling. And just begin to rotate through the wrists and through the ankles. And just simply allow the circles to move the other way. And then just let the arms just fall by the sides, our legs are still high. And just point and flex through the feet. So just begin to feel the blood flow drain itself back down. We'll take a soft in through the knees. We'll begin to lower the legs. Moving in towards our final pose, our Shavasana, so lengthen out one leg, then the other. You're going to bring the feet maybe as wide as the mat. Maybe just shuffle the shoulders attached. Let the palms now begin to turn upwards. Begin to close down through the eyes. So take your final biggest inhale through the nose. And then follow with a big sigh at the mouth, let it go. So I'm just going to leave you here within your Shavasana. Depending on how much time you have, maybe it's just a couple of minutes, 5 minutes, maybe have a little bit longer. Just give yourself a chance just to unwind and relax during your Shavasana. Namaste.